Thank you. Indeed, it's a great privilege to be awarded an honorary doctorate from such a wonderful modern university. I must congratulate you all, not least because you graduates are going to be taking care of my future. And what a wonderful thing there is that there's so many young health professionals out there ready to take on what will indeed be a very great burden. So my great congratulations to you all. I must congratulate the University of the West of Scotland for its ranking this year. It was alluded to earlier by the Times Higher Education. It is in the top 3% of universities worldwide. This is a quite extraordinary achievement, and you're all to be congratulated for helping to achieve it. I'm also delighted to be here on the Dumfries campus. I was born in Cresswell, which is sadly no more. Began life in Castle Douglas, and I know and love this part of Scotland. I think my father's love for this part of Scotland was begun when he was evacuated here from Hillhead School in Glasgow to Cally Palace Hotel for 2 years during the Second World War before he went to fight. Janice, my PA, is also a graduate of this university, so I have a lot to thank you for, believe me. This is the country of Robert Burns, the Southwest, the son of a poor tenant farmer. Robert Burns benefited from an education at a parish school, but also an adventure school, it was called. It was founded by his father, William Burns, and some neighbours, and they were taught by John Meredith. They were taught everything from French, Latin, maths, literature, debating. He knew all about Shakespeare, Milton, and so forth. The point about it was he was the son of a poor farmer, and that poor farmer knew the value of education. You will never underestimate the value of education, and I know you will never underestimate the value of the education that you have had here. But later, Robert Burns, as you know, a prolific poet and a prolific other things, wrote incredible satirical verse. I think the satirical verse is actually among his best. And it was biting and it was hilarious. And it included the address to the Unca Good, or in English, the rightly righteous. They were members of the community, they were members of the kirk, but they were censorious, and they only believed that their way was the right way. O ye we are, say good yourselves, say pious and say holy. Ye have naught to do but mark and tell your neighbours' faults and folly. That is the opposite of what a university is about. A university is about encouraging conversation and debate. It teaches you all how to interrogate ideas, to develop arguments. And it's only by interrogating ideas and developing arguments can you come to a better understanding of different points of view. And that is what happens at a university. You have come out with a first-class education as health professionals, but you now know yourselves better. And for me, that is one of the great gifts of a university. You make lifelong friends, of course you do, but you hear views that aren't your views. You learn to interrogate them, you argue, you develop this idea of debating ideas that don't belong to you. It is a university is a place where you can develop these skills. Your communication skills, you're all health professionals. Of course, what you do as health professionals in medical terms is important, but even more important is what you've learned and what you will develop in your communication skills. You're also your ability to develop and change as health professionals, because even within the next 5 years, what you've learned here will change, and the way that it is prosecuted within the health service and whatever health service you go to work for will be changing. And it's the skills that you've learned here about communication, about collaboration, and about adapting, which will take you on to the next level. And I think this university is really one of the best at doing that. I'm 63, but I'm still changing. I'm changing my mind about things depending on the strength of the arguments. It's exhilarating to challenge and debate, to be open to new ideas and thoughts. So please take every opportunity to do just that, and you'll get even more out of these precious years at university. Thank you very much.